Hey Tom, hope you're doing well. Francesco and John here. We're gonna do a walk around in the car and show you everything you need to know. And then by all means, just give us a call. Okay, so we wrapped the car just for protection. So when it gets sent out, this is just crash wrap. It comes off real nice. It does not leave a residue or anything like that. So it's just in the areas that could potentially get scratched with transporting the car. So full carbon car like you are expecting. The two radiators in the front, that's access to the radiators. The nose with all of the Zeus clip fittings in every area to take the nose off, okay? It comes off as one big piece. And then you can access underneath it the crash box, the reservoirs for the brake, for the bleeding the brake system, your windshield, your mirrors, your GPS here. This is your AIM GPS on the outside of the car here. Okay, that's the unit that will give you your lap times, your speed, and all of that stuff. We put on the braid wheels. This is the wheel with the slick on it. The nice wheels are over here. These are the forge line wheels wrapped and ready to go. And we're gonna be sending you the charger, which is in the passenger seat there. That's the extra charger. And then let me just do a quick walk around. You've got two fuel opening like ports to fuel the car, one on the left side and then one on the right side of the car. Reason being, in case you're on pit lane, whatever, and you pull up, either one will work, but it does have a key, okay? You do have to use the key for it. When you are fueling the car, it's a good idea to open both sides and use one as a vent. That will ensure you can get all the fuel in the car and you don't get a bubble or a burble in that, okay? You have your wing with all of your wing adjustments. You got one underneath for the main plane, and then you got wing adjustments here on the outside. You can see all the different holes. Very easy to adjust. You have your rear backup camera right there, your venting louvers. The rear section can open up as easy as just popping those latches open. And then that opens up nicely, and you have full access to the engine compartment. You got your triple adjustable shocks, your high speed and low speed settings, and your rebound, your compressor tank, your compressor motor for the shift system. You have your turbo, obviously. You have your water reservoir. You have your oil reservoir right down here. This is the cap that would have to come off to do the oil check, the oil check level. And then pretty much everything else is accessible under here for the engine. You can see everything's been well maintained and nicely cleaned. That cord right there is for the back electronics for all of the lights and everything in the back of the car. Just close this down. You'll see everything line up here, and that rod will go into the hole, and then it just clicks into place, and you're all done with that. Okay, now moving along to the front of the car. I'm gonna give this to John so he can get me in the picture here so you can see this. Doors are open right now. When you go to close the doors, is the key in there? You got your key with your key fob, okay? And just like a regular immobilizer, works the same way, just one button. When you go to close the door, your latches are here and here, so it's important that you know where to press. So when I go to close this, I'm gonna press down and listen carefully. That's 1, 2. Now the door is physically closed, and you can use the immobilizer to lock it, and you can hear it lock, and now you can hear it open. And there's the little opening button right in here. Can you see that? Bring it in closer.
He's got it.
Right there. Push that, and now you can open the door.
Demonstrate if it doesn't get all locked all the way.
Okay, if you close the door, you hear 2 clicks, and you hit the immobilizer, and you hear it lock. Now you cannot open the door. That's how you lock it. If you hit it one more time, now it's open, and you can open the door, okay? That's important because if you can't start the car, it's because that immobilizer has not actually activated. If the door's not unlocked fully, then it will not start the car. So I'm gonna get in and show you the startup procedure. Okay. Key's gonna go in, let me just bring this over here. Key's gonna go right in here. Okay, you're gonna turn it. Now you're gonna power up the car, master power button. You hear the compressor turn on, the screen gets displayed. Wait for that screen to come fully on. This way you can make sure that you're in neutral, and it'll display right on the screen. There we are, there's the current display, and you're in N for neutral. Your blue lights are there because the temperature is too low right now, so the warm-up procedure has to happen. You're at 26 C on water, 25 C on oil. And this needs to be 60 minimum and 50 minimum, and that's in Celsius, okay? So I've made sure I'm in neutral, clutch in, and then I'm going to start it. So the car is running. You just gotta wait for this to get up to 60 on the water and 50 on the oil. And you'll hear it first come up in RPMs, and then it'll gradually come down. And you just warm it up until you reach those minimum values. I'm gonna shut it off so you can hear me better. So that's off, power off. Now let's look at all the controls here. So on the steering wheel, pretty easy. You have your turn signals. You do have to press it once and it'll display here. So it will display as the light on that. Sorry, let me turn this on. There we go. So when you press this button, now that blinks, and it'll continuously blink until you turn it off again. Click it, and now it goes away. The lights, that button, that's a flash. So when I hit it, it flashes. This button does the same. Then you have your horn. You have your wiper. And then you have the different modes. Wet being the map that has the most traction control and the lightest or smoothest throttle map. Sport being slightly more aggressive, and race being the most aggressive. So in the beginning, I would just start it in sport. That's an easy mode to start in. You have your steering assist button here. Higher the number, the more steer assist. Obviously that noise is the tires on my polished floor. So if I go to a lower number, it is harder. Higher number, super easy, okay? I like to start it in like a medium level and then work your way up as you get tired. This is just for mirrors, adjustments of the mirrors left and right. Your master power, like we already said, your air conditioning ports. These two are just your fuses for the whole system. Your aim data port, your charging port, your Anderson lead for your charging, your electronic fire bottle activation, like that's to test the unit, and this is to arm the unit. When the unit is armed, the red light will appear. With that red light on, if you turn the master power off, it will stay on because it's a safety unit. So make sure to always turn that off, or that will eventually drain your battery. When you go to plug your either your C-Tech charger, like one of these chargers that you have in the bag that's coming with the car, you can plug it in here. You can plug it in right into the Anderson lead. You can also plug this jumper pack that we're sending with you with the alligator clips to the Anderson lead that's going to come with the car right there, and that'll plug in right there. And that's a good way to jumpstart the car. Your fire bottle that we recharged for you is right there in the middle of the, it says 21, but that's just our sticker. It did get fully recharged and certified. There it is. There's the gauge. And your underneath your seat here, this bar, that's how you adjust the seat backwards and forwards. So you just pull it up and you just adjust the seat. Back over here, then you have your brake bias knob. To the right is more to the front, to the left is more to the rear. And you'll be able to see the brake bias on the screen as well. Over here you have your ports for the fire extinguisher here, and also in the engine bay area. Your paddle shift obviously just works just like here. John, can you hold that? Yeah. Paddle shift system works just like regular car. Up gears is your right, down gears is your left. When you get to neutral, one more down goes into reverse. When you go to plug this in, make sure that you always park the car straight, because you'll see the biggest spline notch is the largest. It's easiest to grab the wheel like this and push in and put the wheel back. We always put these are the safety pins for the wheels. When we're transporting the car, we always put them on the steering wheel shaft so you don't lose them. So we put this steering wheel back in, test it, and we're good to go. Your mirror here will display backup camera when we put it in reverse. This is your camera, your forward-facing camera. Okay, your interior light here. And then obviously your belts and everything. You have a special cup holder. This is a special thing from Radical. They built only one car with this that's lit up. That's a good one. What are you pointing to?
Right here we got
the camera box.
Yeah.
This is your camera box, so that there's an SD card inside there. That SD card needs to be changed and made sure that you empty it and keep a clean, open, empty SD card at all times that you can record. Getting in and out of the car, here's your handle right there. Double click and it'll open. And then it opens all the way and you're good to get in and out of the car. That's pretty much all of the internals of the car that you would need. And like I said, one other thing there. This is the AIM data port, but the life data port for the ECU is all the way over here. That's when we ask for you to download data for us and send it to us. That's the life data port. And I'll show you which cord that is in a moment here. Let me get out of the car. So when you're transporting, we have these D-rings that you're gonna use. You can only use these with the racing wheels, not the really nice Forge Line wheels, because they don't work. So you'd have to, on the big wheels right there, you're gonna have to loop through the spoke. But on these wheels, it's really nice because it comes with this D-ring, and you just put it in here. We got a pin that goes in there, and now the strap can just get hooked here, and you can strap anywhere in the trailer. These are really, really nice to have, okay? Taking a look at the rear of the car, you got your lights under here, under that plastic. That's your rear tail light, your rain light, okay? Obviously the exhaust, the rear diffuser, which is a pretty large carbon unit there that comes off easily with like 4 bolts. The port for your air jack system is right there. And That's pretty much it. The other latches for the rear of the car are right there, and then there's Zeus fasteners in other spots of the car there to take off the entire rear tail section. And it comes off outward because this slot is here, so you got to bring the body outward past the wing. The wing will stay with the car at all times. Oh, I forgot to go over these controls. We went over steer assist, but your traction control module is all here. So to turn on traction control, you're going to use that button. That will light up when the car is on, and then this is your traction control module. That's both for your ABS and traction control. Okay.